but kids and teens are home right now during this time of isolation and physical distancing, and that's not always easy for parents or them.
Right. Many children and teens are struggling with their mental health. And since April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, we've got Janna Estep Jordan joining us by phone this morning, the Director of Operations and Prevention Education with Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky. Janna, thanks so much for talking to us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, first just tell us more about the nonprofit and what it is that you guys do there.
Well, Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky is a statewide nonprofit devoted to preventing the abuse and neglect of Kentucky's kids through education, awareness, advocacy, and training. Our number one goal is to prevent abuse before it ever occurs. And we achieve this through providing training and education to professionals, parents, caregivers, programs and services such as our 1-800-CHILDREN parent helpline, which would be great, especially for times like right now. We also fund and oversee parent education classes across the state, participate in fatherhood programming, and all of this would not be possible if it wasn't for our partners in local communities across the state working with families and children.
Janna, times like right now obviously make some of that stuff a little bit more difficult. A lot of kids, maybe being stuck at home in an unsafe environment. How can we as neighbors kind of help prevent some of that stuff, I guess?
So I think the number one thing to being a good neighbor is checking in on families and children during this time. If you can't yell across your yard to see how they're doing and visually make eye contact, pick up the phone, text, call our neighbors. I think we need to think outside of the box and think about folks that we haven't contacted in a while. If you're a coach, think about the softball team that you coached last year. We can use Skype, FaceTime. I think Facebook Messenger even has an app right now where parents can allow their kids to talk with family members via video. One thing to keep in mind is we know some kids might not have the best home life and might not want to expose their teachers or fellow classmates to what's going on inside their home. So we need to be mindful of the shame or embarrassment they might have, and if they want to FaceTime outside, we need to kind of meet them where they are, but also keeping an eye out for those red flags. Recognizing child maltreatment during times like now can be very difficult.
Yeah.
Usually we're used to looking for physical indicators, such as on an infant or a baby. We know if they're not mobile, bruising anywhere is a red flag and should be reported. If it's a child who's age 4 or younger, we know that red flags are bruising. That might be on their face, their ears, their neck, or their torso. And we know during these times circumstances can be difficult to look for those visual indicators. So if you talk to a child or a family and you gather from that discussion that a child is in danger, they're being physically or emotionally or sexually harmed, a report must be made.
It's that seeing something, saying something motto. I think that is so important. Janna, I'm curious, what are you seeing in terms of maybe statistics right now or even trends when it comes to any of the child abuse and neglect you're talking about? Are we seeing more of that right now since the kids are out of school or less? Just curious.
So we're only hearing anecdotal stories or seeing different reports from the media across the state that are indicating that there are fewer reports coming in. So we are currently working to have available on our website different resources that educators and other professionals and neighbors can go to have those tidbits of information on what they can do and where they can report. In Kentucky, we are all mandated reporters of child abuse and neglect and need to make those reports to the Child Abuse Hotline, which is 1-877-KY-SAFE-1 or local law enforcement.
You guys also provide resources for all families, and we were talking about this kind of at the beginning. Mental health for everybody right now is kind of difficult because life is so different. What are some of those resources and things that parents and guardians can do to help kids and teens during this time of kind of uncertainty and confusion for some of them?
I think the first thing is that we should have realistic expectations of what our kids are capable of handling emotionally, behaviorally, and educationally, as well as having realistic expectations for ourselves as parents. You know, we all can't be a Pinterest parent, and that is way okay.
Right.
Realizing that kids and teens, they might not be able to vocalize their feelings, so they might have troubling behaviors right now, outbursts of anger, sleep, eating patterns. So the best thing we can do is stick to a routine. Get up, get ready, maintain appropriate hygiene. You know, an agenda for a family, all families is going to be different. So we need to realize what chunk of the day should be devoted to academics. Most experts say several hours is sufficient, but during that time we also want to ensure kids are not constantly bombarded with media and social media.
Yeah.
So keep them active. Figure out things you can do while being safe at home and maintaining physical distancing that keeps them active, taking a walk together as a family.
We know
I think
you
now's
guys.
a good time to teach those life skills, such as cooking, cleaning, and laundry, things that you can do together.
I like that a lot. Very, very good information there. You guys are working remotely from home, but your work isn't stopping for sure. You do have a fundraiser. I want to get to this too because it's a prevention t-shirt. It's called Heart for Prevention. Tell us more about that.
So we typically sell these t-shirts during Child Abuse Prevention Month to create awareness for our mission, but we thought right now families need basic needs more than ever to survive.
Yeah.
So proceeds from each of these shirts will go to meet the basic needs of families participating in our parent education program and working with our community partners. Shirts are $15. That includes tax and shipping. You can go to pcaky.org to purchase your shirt, but if you don't want to purchase a shirt and want to help support this fund, you can always go to that website, click the donate button, and make sure that you put basic needs assistance in the honorarium line of that donation portal, and we'll make sure that the funding goes towards that.
Janna, thank you so much for the work you guys are doing, and we certainly appreciate you taking some time to chat with us today, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Such good information there. I think this is going to be beneficial to parents or guardians right now during this time. I mean, it's so tough to talk to kids about this, and knowing how much they can handle or not handle. Every kid is so different.
It's different, yeah. One of the other things, too, if you're looking to help, I was on the website earlier today, you can actually do a virtual pinwheel. You know, we see all these blue pinwheels at businesses usually this time of year, but you can actually donate to place a virtual pinwheel on a map, and I think that's just a cool idea, and so an easy way for folks to maybe make a difference as well.
Support, make some, raise some awareness there. We do want to mention, too, Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky. They're very active on social media, like you were just mentioning. They've actually got like daily videos and tips from experts that they're posting, so we will post all that information for you on our Facebook page, Good Day Kentucky, and guys, you guys would like to access some of that yourself.